Open your Bible to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 from verse 3 to 6. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 from verse 3 to 6. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 from verse 3 to 6, and I read. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war against the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Since the last one, and having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. I'm here to teach on the topic I called powers behind power. Somebody say it after me, say powers, behind power. Say it louder, please. Say powers, behind power. In the place we have read, it's talking about our warfare, which means that in this world there is war. Whether you like it or not, there is war. It is not a war of fighting with hands. It is the war of fighting in the spirit. It is not a war of shouting with mouth. It is a war of speaking to God. It is not a war of manifesting outwardly. It is the war of manifesting inwardly according to the will of God. It is not a war of demonstrating as an unbeliever. It is the war of demonstrating as a believer in the Christendom. And in this world that we are, is the purpose why things are proving abortive. People are suffering. People are only seeing their favor in the dream and witnessing their favor in their mind. But to be favored become a high problem to their life. Every human being is sent to this world to manifest a certain power for the glory of God. Every child of God is sent to this world for a special purpose, for a special goal set. But the power behind his life, the power behind her life, is the one that is frustrating the purpose of the mankind. If you cannot be able to conquer the powers, you can't reach where you're going. There are many powers that is opposing the power in you, opposing the spirit in you, opposing the prayer you pray, opposing the manifestation you're supposed to manifest. God is always good. In the book of Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, Bible says, Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, he said the thought of God in our life is a thought of peace and not a thought of evil, to give us an expected end. And if God's thought is to give us an expected end, then it means that the plans of God in our life is for us to fulfill our goal set. But it is the powers behind our power, the powers behind our life, the powers behind our prayer, the powers behind our will, the powers behind our family, the powers behind our purpose that is opposing the man from the purpose that he have prepared. And I'm hereby to tell you that there must be power for power. Without power, you can't conquer power. Without power, you can't overtake power. Without power, you cannot be able to abolish power. There must be power in you to abolish the power in the kingdom of darkness. When you're too weak, you remain like this. Being weak is not that you fold your hand. Being weak is not that you cannot talk. Being weak is not that you cannot do anything at all. But being weak simply means that what you're supposed to do, you cannot know how to do it. You cannot understand how to start it. Anytime you are manifesting what you're supposed to manifest, you are just too weak. Anytime you are following the road that cannot benefit your life, you are just too weak. Anytime you are just connecting to the manifestation that will abolish your plans, you are too weak. A strong person is a person that be on point at all the time. A strong person is a person that talk the mind of God and talk the will of God. A strong person is a person that understands what's supposed to be done when things are contradicting. A strong person is a person that knows the future from the statement. A strong person is a person that can understand when there's a voice that can help him or a voice that cannot help him. When a man is strong, he carries a wisdom, because the Bible said that wisdom is better than power. The Bible said that wisdom is better than multitude of weapons. When you're loaded with wisdom, you're loaded with power. Power is not by manifesting for people to see you. You can manifest for people to see you, yet go and cry in your house. You can manifest for people to see you, yet lose your destiny. You can manifest for people to see you, yet cannot possess your possession. But when you carry the wisdom of potential, the wisdom of godliness, you can be able to know how to tackle your problem and overcome the work of the wicked and become the person that the glory of God will come out of your life and testimony will be your portion. Yeah. Somebody shout fire. Fire. Power behind power. It takes a clear eyes to understand your problem. Many people did not even understand what they are passing through. Many people did not know what is passing through them. Because if you don't know what you are passing through, you cannot know what is passing through you. Because you must pass through something before something passes through you. If you pass through nothing, nothing will pass through you. Am I going to somebody here? Yes, a journey of life is a journey of intimacy. It's full of spirituality. It's not all about calamity. If you did not abolish or destroy your former presentation as a man in the world, you cannot carry the potential of God. It takes a man that knows the will of God for him or her to make an impact in the world. And if you cannot make an impact, you will sink to heart. In this world, we come for a reason and for a purpose. No man came to this world just to stay and go. There's a reason why you are here. You must be useful to God before God will become completely useful to you. Am I talking to somebody here? When a man is on the road he's supposed to be unto God, he begins to have what he's supposed to have. God creates each and every one of us here for different purposes, for different reasons. If any place you are, you're supposed to be a light there. If you are not shining, you become a darkness. And when you become a darkness, everything about your life becomes dark. When you're not reproductive, you become unreproductive. When you're not fruitful, you become unfruitful. When you're not light, you become darkness. And Bible says that the light has come according to the book of John chapter 1 verse 5, but darkness cannot comprehend it. When you appear as a light, you will stand as a light, you manifest as a light, you walk as a light, you move as a light, you talk as a light. But when you appear like a darkness, you manifest as a darkness, you move like a darkness, you appear like a darkness, you show people as a darkness. Am I talking to somebody here? Yes, what comes out of you determines what has gone inside you. What you proceed determines what you have possessed. Am I talking to somebody here? Yes. It takes a strong man to conquer a stronghold. There's nothing you can do in this world that you cannot go across power before you carry power. There's nothing you can do in this world that you cannot fight a battle before you succeed. There's a battle to fight before a victory to carry. A battle fighter is a battle winner. A battle fighter is a victory carrier. Every champion is an ex-failure. You may fail, carry go, you will still win. You may fall, stand up, you will still move forward. Anytime you say, I can't give up, nothing will give up. When you relent, everything relents. When you continue, everything continues. When you become tired, everything becomes tired. When you say no, I will possess my possession, your spirit is saying no. Anything your mouth is speaking, your spirit is saying it. Your faith is required for the process of your success. That's what the Bible said in the book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6, that without faith, no man can please God. You cannot please God unless you believe that God can make the impossibility to become possible. Because God is perfect in impossibility. God is a man that always appears in impossibility. God is the headmaster of impossibility. God always visited the role of impossibility. When impossibility comes, God will come and manifest what makes him to be God. When impossibility comes, God will come and tell you that I'm still alive. When impossibility comes, God will come and tell you that since you are praying, I'm going to answer your prayer today. Without war, there's nothing like peace. And without night, there's nothing like day. Without hatred, there's nothing like love. And without losing, there's something like gain. There's nothing like gaining. Anytime you're losing something, get ready to gain something. Because there's something to lose before you gain something. There are people that you must abandon before people you locate. If you want to become a great person, no way you're going on the earth. No people that is your level, no people that you big pass. There are people you can't spend time with. There are people you can't discuss with. There are people you can't share your problem with. Your problem belongs to God. Your peace belongs to God. Your life belongs to God. Your death belongs to God. Your bed belongs to God. When God is your God, God will control. When God is your God, God will direct. When God is your God, God will fight for you. God has started a good work in your life. Will perfect it to the end. I go to the book of Philippi chapter 1 verse 6. If you start it, you finish it. If God started it, allow God to finish it. You cannot finish what you did not start. Am I talking to somebody?